welcome to Captain Dorja's Armory. This is Captain Dorja, and this is not what I had initially planned to do today, but whatever. Plans change. Initially, I made this kind of elaborate Cleveland video talking about why the Cleveland is so good, talking about strengths and weaknesses of the ship, talking about how it's changed since the days of closed beta, you know, stuff like that. Made this big elaborate video, and I had ruined my Bandicam settings, and I got all jacked up, and nothing worked, and I didn't realize it until I loaded it all into Movie Studio, and it was all kinds of messed up. So I had to deep six all that, and was left with Squat. And, you know, by then, I was getting a little frustrated, and it was getting on, and I wanted to watch iChase's live stream. So I tuned into Chase's stream, chilled out, enjoyed myself watching that, and have decided to do something a little bit different. So, on that note, here we are in the venerable USS Farragut, the American Tier 6 destroyer. And what we're doing is we're going to take a look at some Derp clips. A couple of Derp moments here that I've had in the last couple of days. And the first one we're going to get is this one with the USS Farragut. We're on the map north, and as you guys can see, I'm coming over to the 9 line area on the far east side of the map by the big island. I used to call it the peanut-shaped island, but it's got a big split down the middle now, so it doesn't really look like a peanut anymore. But anyway, I like coming over here with the Farragut because the Farragut's not really very good, and it's always a struggle for me to find something to do with the Farragut. But over here, there's quite a few islands, and people will come up this way, or they'll come, you know, down this way. If I was on the southern team, I'd be looking for people coming down where I am right now. And they tend to hug the island a lot, you know, coming real tight around this corner, or real tight through these islands here. And it's one of the rare chances where you can pretty reliably get the Farragut in close enough to use its torpedoes and not immediately die. So I like to come over here with the Farragut. Also, this is usually kind of a sideshow area. You run into like one or two guys, usually, who tend to be not in like the enemy team's most powerful ships. Usually I'm looking for something like, you know, maybe another destroyer like the Farragut, maybe something like one of these enemy Wyomings. That would have been ideal. But we're not getting any of that. But what I do see is I see these over here, over here there's two Mutsukis, Japanese Tier 6 destroyers, and I thought they might come through this channel right here. So I had actually turned to make sure I could get my torpedoes in there, but from watching the minimap, I could see that those Mutsukis are headed the other way, so I continue on my mission to the south. Now, I haven't been spotted yet. Nobody knows I'm here. And we have Cleveland and a Wyoming. The Wyoming's going the other way, which is unfortunate, and the Cleveland's coming this way, which is also unfortunate. Cleveland is like the worst thing I could possibly run into. It's a really ballsy move to purposely attack a Cleveland with this Farragut. Really, there's only two ways this is going to work out. I'm either going to take him totally by surprise, and I'm going to hit with a lot of my torpedoes and kill him immediately, or I'm not going to do enough damage, and he's going to kill me. So, I go around the corner, there's the Cleveland. He's only 2.3 kilometers away, and I fire off my torpedoes. Had a little bit of a replay stagger right there, I don't know what happened. But anyway, torpedoes are away, I'm firing my guns, the Cleveland has basically killed me, and I managed to hit with one torpedo. That was it. So, I fired my torpedoes from 1.3 kilometer, 2.4 kilometers away, and I managed one hit. I also managed to get in 12 gun hits. And this is what I was rewarded with. The epic fruits of my labors. the Cleveland shortly thereafter blows up my ship, and I die, having done about 7,000 damage with my guns. But here's the really stupid part. One torpedo hit for 152 damage. That's right. One torpedo hit for 152 damage. What the hell? Alright guys, so here we are in our next little bit of action. I'm not sure what's going on with my dive bomber squadron button down here. The replays in this game aren't fully implemented yet, so they're kind of buggy. But as you can see, the situation is pretty desperate. I'm in the Independence, Tier 6 American carrier, and I went with the fighter loadout in this. I've been struggling with the Indy. I've been switching it up to see how I like to play it. And I had fighters in this battle. And my team is getting smoked. We're down to me, a Cleveland, and a destroyer. We only killed 3 things. And I have a Congo on 33,000 health in front of me. And you can't see him right now. But there's also an Isakaze right about here. So, yeah. We're in a pretty good spot. Okay, and the replay is bugged out. Right, so I launch my dive bombers, I give them the order to go attack that Congo, and then what am I gonna do? Well, there's really only one thing to do at a time like this. I hit my bombs, and I go for the Commander Wharf maneuver. And if you're not familiar with the Commander Wharf maneuver, let's pause for 10 seconds for station identification. So, this is Star Trek First Contact. This is the part when the Borg are attacking the Earth. That is, of course, the USS Defiant, commanded by Lieutenant Commander Worf. And this is the Worf maneuver.
Report! Main power's offline. We've lost shields. Our weapons are gone.
Perhaps today is a good day to die. Prepare for ramming speed!
Sir, there's another starship coming in. It's the Enterprise.
Well guys, in this case, there is no other starship coming in. There is no Enterprise. It's just us in Independence against the 30,000 health Congo, and today is a good day to die. Mr. Worf, prepare for ramming speed! Huzzah! And that was probably the most damage anyone on my team did in that battle. So yeah, that was a pretty awesome end to an absolutely terrible battle. And we go down with the hoy hoy hoy. Alright guys, so we're in the third clip here. Again, once again, we are in the Farragut. Yeah, the Farragut. Anyway, so right, the Farragut, we're on the map Fault Line. And with this ship, there's 2 things that I like to do. I'll either come sort of in here, and I'll look for sneaky Japanese destroyers, like those 2 Minakazes, and I'll try to kill them. The American mid-tier destroyers, basically the Clemson, the Nicholas, the Farragut, and the Mahan, are all really, really good at counter-destroyer missions. They're really good at hunting down those stealthy Japanese destroyers and killing them in a gunfight with their superior guns. The other thing that I like to do with the Farragut is, if I can get there, is around these 3 islands right here, you can get some pretty decent anti-battleship ambush torpedoing done if any of the enemy battleships basically are foolish enough to let you get close. So that's what we're off to do. Now I'm just going to speed this up until we get to, basically until we start to get some contact with the enemy and start maneuvering in for some attacks. So we're just going to speed up as I drive over here. I'll drive over here. I'll drive over there. Initially I turned in here because I saw these guys, and I thought about going over there, but then changed my mind. And what made me change my mind was that Cleveland right there. I didn't want to tangle with him. Alright, so we're going to go back to normal speed now. What's piqued my interest now is these two ships, the Fuso and the Wyoming. They're pretty much in an ideal position for me to ambush, especially if they come down over here. I apologize for sort of the weird camera. I'm still kind of getting used to manipulating free camera mode in these replays. Now, that Kuma over here, he could be a problem, because in order to get into torpedo range of these two battleships, I'm going to need to get within my detection range of that Kuma. So I'm hoping that the Cleveland and the Mutsuki on my team will deal with him before I get too close. Now, I'm closing the range with the Kuma. I'm approaching detection range on him. So I'm trying to get this island between me and him so that he won't see me and I can keep moving sort of in this general direction. But I've gotten really, really close, and he's still not dead. He detects me, so I fire off a few shots, but right as I fire off the shots, the friendly Cleveland takes him out. So now, I probably haven't been noticed by those battleships, and I can maneuver over to this island and get in close. So we've got the Fuso right there. There's also the Wyoming with him. The Wyoming is going to be my target. The Wyoming looks like he's being more aggressive to come maybe into this area. The Fuso looks like he's going to head this way to kill anything that's in here. So I'm setting up my run on the Wyoming. He's within range, but I want to close as close as I can before making my torpedo attack. So I'm going to hug the island. Still haven't been spotted. The Fuso detects me right there. The Wyoming's not visible. There's the Wyoming, 3.8 kilometers away. I use my smoke to just make it a little bit harder for them to hit me. And the Wyoming actually turns to starboard, probably to get his own guns around. But what that means is that he's just really easy for me to hit with my torpedoes from about 3 kilometers away when I launched. I did take some damage from the Fuso, but not too bad. I actually managed to hit all 8 torpedoes into that Wyoming, as well as 6 gunshots. Now, I only get credited 5 torpedo hits because the first 5 killed him, so the last 3 didn't really do anything. And I get away basically for free. That Fuso, he hit me a couple of times, did about 2,000 damage, not bad. Now I'm watching the Fuso, it looks like he's going to come right up here. So again, perfect ambush opportunity for the Farragut. This is like Farragut 101. You know, catch a battleship all by himself and ambush him. So I'm pinging the map on these other 2 destroyers, and I'm pinging where the Fuso is, and I say in chat, rush this Fuso. All 3 of us together, and I'm going. My torps will be reloaded in 15 seconds. I'm going for him. Now, the 2 destroyers with me, they both declined to follow, and one of them says that there's 2 or 3 other ships down here, but I'm pretty well committed. I don't care, and I'm confident that if the 3 of us had gone, we could have handled 1 Minakaze in that Fuso. So there's the Fuso. He's within range. He knows I'm coming. I'm detected. 3.5 kilometers away. Trying to get a little bit closer. 3 kilometers away. Turn to fire. 2.8 kilometers. Torpedoes away. The Fuso fires a huge broadside and kills me. And my torpedoes are going in. Looks good. Looking real good. And we start getting hits. Oh, that is beautiful. 8 torpedo hits. And he's still alive. 3,415 health left. So, check this out real quick. Here's the Farragut's torpedo stats. I just hit him with 8 torpedoes that do 11,600 damage apiece. That's 92,800 damage. And he survived. He survived with 3,400 health left. We did about 53,000 to him. He mitigated 40,000 torpedo damage. How ridiculous is that? And then, final insult to injury, I write in chat as I see the torp start to hit, RIP Fuso. Yeah, not quite. Alright, this will be the final clip for, this. We're picking this battle up near the end. I'm playing the Atlanta, the American Tier 7 Premium Cruiser, famous for having, what is it, I think 16 5-inch guns. And I'm having a pretty decent game. So far to this point, I've got 3 kills on a destroyer. What did I kill? I killed a New Mexico and a Tago and a Farragut. And I've got first blood, 170 hits, killed 5 airplanes, set 5 fires, and done 6 critical hits. Not bad. And I'm trying to maneuver into position to shoot this Colorado when I see this this Mogami over here about to take down my friendly North Carolina. Now I decide to go attack this Mogami. That's a pretty bold maneuver. The Mogami is a very, very strong Tier 8 heavy cruiser. But the Atlanta's not a weak ship. I've got about 20,000 health. The Mogami's got 30,000, but his ship's not known for being very well armored, although he does put some hits in me right here, leaving me on about 18,000 health. But the Mogami's not a very resilient ship, although neither is the Atlanta. And I've got good island cover right here to use to close the range on this guy, and I'm confident, pretty confident anyway, that I can close in on him. And what everyone seems to forget is that the Atlanta has torpedoes, and, you know, it's not like I'm a Japanese cruiser with long-range, powerful torpedoes, but if you get within 4.5 kilometers of me, I can put 4 16,000 damage torpedoes into the water, and that's not something to take for granted. Now, quick pause. The enemy destroyer puts a great torpedo salvo in at me, and he scores a hit. Now this is important to note because this torpedo salvo leaves me on 600 health. So what's going to happen now is the Mogami is going to round the corner, I'll kill him with my torpedoes, he'll kill me with his first shot. That's what's going to happen. We're both going to kill each other. If that torpedo hadn't have hit me, I would have gone around the corner, I would have fired my torpedoes into the Mogami would have died, I probably would have had maybe 7,000 health left. Probably not very much, but I wouldn't have died. So this Mogami is fortunate that I take such a huge torpedo hit right before we engage. And the reason why I point that out is watch the chat after my torpedoes land. Boosh.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Dead Mogami. Torpedo finishes him off. I write in chat, Lanta strong! And Desperado is not happy. Yeah, Desperado 212, I'm gonna let you speak for yourself. Oh man, when this guy was getting so salty in the chat, I literally could not stop laughing. Desperado, you made my day, buddy. It's a pleasure to kill you anytime. Well guys, anyway, with my final parting shot in the chat, that's the end of this clip. I hope you guys enjoyed these battles and these moments of derp. Honestly, this Atlanta battle was the only one of these battles where I did any good at all. The other 3 were terrible matches. Well, I guess the second Farragut one wasn't a terrible match, it just wasn't a good match either. But anyway, guys, none of these battles were good battles, except this last one. But I had fun in all 4 of these matches because of just the ridiculous things that happened. And I mean, at the end of the day, War of the Warships is a game, and it's about having fun. So guys, I hope you enjoyed some of my moments of derp. I definitely enjoyed them, and if you guys have any funny moments you want to send in to me, feel free to do so. I'll put my email in the video description. It's captaindorjasarmory@gmail.com. So if you guys have anything you want me to put up on here, feel free to send it in. I'll take a look at it. And hopefully I get a kick out of it. I hope you guys got a kick out of this. And until next time, guys, just remember, you can never have enough big guns.